Vermont high school is gaining international attention after a student says she felt unsafe with a transgender teen in the girls' locker room.
NBC5's Carolyn Sistren is live for us in Randolph tonight. She listened in as the family, students, and residents engaged in their first public conversation since this all started. People from all over the world are watching to see how the small central Vermont town responds.
I was born here, I grew up in Randolph, and now I work here. Because I grew up here, I wanted to leave like as soon as I graduated high school. Now I can't imagine living anywhere else. I love Randolph. It's the exact center of the state. You're very close to an interstate, so you get that feeling of like a very tight-knit community.
With the trans kids and the Black Lives Matter movement, we had to think about school safety, public safety, and all the above.
Randolph is also not immune from the national debates.
It was hot.
I feel like that was a very high temperature.
Feelings, a lot of emotions. You've got a lot of hardworking citizens, community members set in their own ways. Change to them is never good. And I think that's what caused a lot of the emotions, which caused a lot of the pain and discontent that was within the community.
It was really unfortunate. I don't think it's representative of Randolph by any means.
The community that came together in response to that, it did bring people together, and a lot of hard conversations have happened.
Things have really definitely calmed down a lot.
There's a student-led group there who does amazing work. It's just great to see the kind of level of engagement of students at that age. There's just a lot to learn from that whole generation. These issues are becoming more and more kind of at the forefront, especially with social media and, you know, just access to all sorts of opinions and viewpoints that maybe we weren't as exposed to when I was growing up. You can really create change in such a small town.
I think Randolph responded in a really positive, supportive way.
You're always going to have challenges, but it's kind of what you do in response.
I think the rest of Vermont doesn't know how easy it really is to live in Randolph because we have a hospital, we have a grocery store, we have schools, we have sports, we have a swimming pool, we have the university here. Other towns of 5,000 in Vermont don't have.
You can get a group together to improve the sidewalks.
We have people who are extremely talented, committing their time to make Randolph better.
I know someone who built benches to put around town because there just weren't places to sit.
It's a community of people that really believe in Randolph. I'm quite sure you don't always find that in other towns.
There's folks who are so passionate about art, so there's art galleries now, and small business owners who are doing what they love.
Been in this community for about 20 years. I raised 3 kids in Randolph, living about a mile outside of town, and even at 8 years old, 9 years old, my kids could ride their bikes into downtown on their own. I don't know that I could have done that in another community.
When you first become an officer, you want to save the world. Over time, you quickly learn that it's not all about how many people you arrest or traffic stops you make or all the above. It's the way you conduct yourself as a police officer within your communities. I've been a law enforcement officer for 17 years. Today, we are more social workers, mental health clinicians than ever before because the need is there. We have a lot of drugs, we have a lot of homelessness, unfortunately.
I think that people like the feeling of safety and security that it provides.
Having people know you is huge. It's a huge, huge benefit.
Everybody in the town benefits from a very strong village, a very strong downtown. It's a reason to stay, especially if you have kids.
I never feel unsafe walking through Randolph. Like at night, I go out to dinner and then I walk home, which is like 5 or 10 minute walk. You can get to a hospital, you can get to the school, you can get on the Amtrak and go to New York City or Washington, D.C., which is amazing. Chandler is beautiful. I love that I can take my grandmother to a Baroque music concert. I think it's the perfect size, honestly.
I don't think people do realize that that you have castings, for instance, making metal components. And while it is high tech now, it's still manufacturing, true manufacturing sector in Vermont. And ARA Vertec, I mean, that's a defense contractor. While they're stationed here in Randolph, their work is global.
Gifford is one of the last independent hospitals in Vermont.
Gifford's critical for this community, not only for the employment opportunities, but also for the services, the healthcare that they provide. It's hard to imagine Randolph without Gifford.
It's always there. It's this cornerstone of the community. People need care where they live. They can't always afford or are not able to drive an hour plus on dirt roads over mountains in the middle of winter. Hospitals and healthcare systems like Gifford, which is not just a hospital, it's also primary care, which is super important in terms of prevention. That is critical to have in your community.
You'd be hard-pressed to talk to 10 people in town that don't have some employment connection to Gifford.
The birthing center from the beginning of life to end of life care. So by having the nursing home, we're able to have people finish out their lives in the place that they call home. Having that very strong sense of community in combination with having things like a hospital, a train, last mile ride, bowling alley, Shaw's, Chef's Market, restaurants. The library, Chandler, I could go on.
I can't get a reservation staff either.